Sailor Mini Moon Rini here, and today I want to make a moving show or movie show of why we don't change our moving shows. Now, a lot of people like to edit or change their moving shows, and for some reason, apparently there are some people out there who think it's mandatory when actually it's optional. You know, there's no law or rule that dictates one must edit this or change that. Actually, changing one's movie show or moving show is one's choice. Now, there are a lot of different programs out there, like Microsoft Windows Movie Maker, Apple's Macintosh iMovie, the most named known the group. And then there is Power Director. Then there's Cyberlink Power Director. There's Final Cut. There's Sony Vegas. And then there's also MakiCam. And I'm sure I'm probably leaving out a bunch of other ones, but those are just the ones I know of. Now, since all these programs, if you have them, chances are either you have bought them or not, you've actually gotten a download. And they didn't come within the instruction manual. Yeah. So a lot of these programs is just mess around and find out what does what. Now, there are some people who mastered it, but we never mastered them. When we used to use Microsoft Windows Movie Maker, stuff was never explained, There was no instruction manual. It was just, put this here and start playing around with it and then find out, this does that. And if that's how you're supposed to use the programs, then sadly that doesn't work. Sadly, that's pretty sad. And if that's how people mastered Microsoft Windows Movie Maker or Apple's Macintosh iMovie or Final Cut or Cyberlink Power Director or Sony Vegas or MakiCam, well then good for them. We'd always get criticized or found wrong with our haters out there. They would always claim, we should edit, you should change your moving show. You should take this out and put that in. Like the only reason why they were giving us a hard time is because our stuff was unorganized or something. But the sad thing was, even if we did master using those programs, they probably still would have complained. And a lot of these programs are not easy to use. Now, a lot of people are going to claim, I learned how to use it. Well, good for you. Okay. But a lot of programs are not easy to use. Microsoft Windows Movie Maker certainly doesn't. They keep changing it. Every new Microsoft Windows, it changes. So what used to do one thing doesn't do it anymore. And to figure out what does what, it's usually a hit and miss, trial and error all the time. And same thing with the Apple Macintosh iMovie, I'm sure. And same thing. And when we did have Cyberlink Power Director, the program only let you record. It didn't let you do anything else. You couldn't change nothing. Nothing worked on it. It'll let you record your moving show, and that was it. And don't get me started about Sony Vegas or, Final Cut. I'm sure those are probably really good and all. But just the same, no instructional manual. Just throw your moving show here and start pushing buttons and clicking on shit until you find out from trial and error what does what. Okay? And I guess that's what you're supposed to do. And with MakiCam, I guess that's the same thing. I don't know. Well, these programs might be easy for some, but not for others. Okay? And they're not getting any more easier either, okay? Now, a lot of people think, but you want to come off as being professional. First off, I'm not working. So coming off as working isn't a big problem for me. And it's not like I'm trying to sell my moving shows. See, this isn't a Farseer company, a Farseer show company, or even a moving show company where if I make my stuff look more organized, the best the quality they're gonna buy, the best I can sell it to networks and to the moving show house and a Farseer network, and could obviously make enough Weird Guild. No. So it doesn't matter. And if people don't like the fact that certain people don't make things, don't change things, and they are recorded as they come, well, that's too bad. Okay? So these programs are never easy to use. There's never no owner's manual. And certainly there's no instructions. It's just put your moving show here and click on this, click on that, and until you fuck it up, because you don't know what you're doing, of course, until you learn from trial and error that this does that and this does this, okay? Well, if that's what people want to do, that's their own personal choice, but I choose not to. And hey, just in case you think, and just in case, and guess what? You know what? That's my win. I think they're too hard to use. They never work right anyway, and there's no manual that you get with it explaining anything unless you actually physically buy a physical copy. But most people don't really buy physical copies of stuff. They end up getting whatever comes with their operating system, you know. So that's it. Sailor Mini Moon Rini. Hope you enjoyed this moving show. I'll see you tomorrow.